Hey guys, it's Miss Kelly. I wanted to review area and perimeter with you guys to make sure you have a refresher on what we talked about right before we went on break. Today I'm going to talk about area first, then I will talk about perimeter. I'm going to give you all the formulas for area of the shapes that we talked about. After I give you all the formulas, I will do one or two problems of each shape. That way you're able to see how to use the formulas. If by any chance you forgot, were absent, or whatever it might be, I want to give you more review on this topic. You also will have a lot of review on MobyMax and iReady on this topic, so you can reference here for a refresher and then go on to both of those websites to complete the assignments that you have. So for now, I'm going to give you the area of all the shapes. Notice at the top that I put area squared. Don't forget area is always squared. So after we solve it, let's say the answer was 12 feet, we would write 12 feet squared. So I put that little 2 there so you don't forget to add the 2 or the squared into your answer. All right, so the first shape that we have is a triangle. I'm going to draw it out and write it out for you. So for the triangle, we have area equals 1/2 base times height. Can you see? Perfect. Okay. The next one that we have is a square. Now there are 2 area formulas for a square. Use whatever one you feel more comfortable with. The first one is length times width. The second one, I'll put or, is area equals side squared. Simply meaning if you had a square with 4 all the way around, you could either say 4 times 4, which is 16, or you can say 4 squared, which would be 16. Either way, they both would work. So it's up to you of how you want to remember the formulas, but both of them will get you the same area. The next one we have is a rectangle. Everybody probably should remember this one. Rectangle, the area equals length times width. The next shape that we have is trapezoid. Probably a new shape for most of you. This one has probably the longest formula for area. So we have area equals 1/2 times height times base 1 plus base 2. And the last shape that we have is a rhombus, which many of you call a diamond. Totally fine, but it is a rhombus. Very similar formula to a triangle. So rhombus is area equals 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Now I will go through each of these shapes so you're able to see how to solve each of them. But for now, if you need to write down the formulas, go for it. If you remembered them, perfect. If you want to reference back to your notes that you took before we left, even better. Just know that these topics are going to be reviewed both here and on MobyMax and iReady.